What's up, future fighters? We are back. We just got done with what part was that? Part 5 is finished. No, part 4. Part 4 is finished. This is part 5. And we're working on the AI. As you can see, this is the AI's long-term memory. And this is the AI's code for offense and defense. We were talking about marrying these two in the last videos, but there's enough different defensive moves that keeping them separate still makes sense. And really what we need now is we need a strike control for defense. And on defense, whenever you're doing moves off of defense, you are countering. So what we need is a counter control. The good news is we have a strike control to go off of. So an offensive strike control to go off of. And that is pretty neat. What we're going to do is we are going to sort of just copy. Just going to put that on another screen real quick so I can take a quick look. This is going to change a little bit. Because I'm going to give him the option of... All right. I said they must be stay-in counters here, which is odd because it's not true. And the reason it's not true is if I'm pretend I'm Shadow and I get hit and I go into combo escape sequence, I can do any counter that I want here. I could do a backing out kind of counter. I could counter attack and push them away. There's a lot of different counters that you can do. The thing about it is, and the thing we want to make sure we don't do is we don't want to reinvent all of offense here. Really, the defense, and you could see I was just passing the point of no return there, so it closes in on the ledge, which is a lot of fun. Hey, did you see that? I got a little bit of I can't put my mouse on it, but I've got some concrete to clear out of the sky there. That's pretty funny. Anyway, we'll be doing backgrounds and animations, motion capture, and music and sound effects because I make all of that myself. I do all of this myself. The only thing I don't do actually is the 3D models that you're looking at. Everything else though is a Doc Brock Games original. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to have these long sequences. Let's just go over here real quick. We don't want to have these long sequences where you do this big long counter and then you go into an extendable combo and then you go down here and you get them back and you do all of those moves. Shadow can decide when to do that stuff. What we want to do is we want to choose a defensive approach that gets us back to where we need to be. And so that's interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this script on my other screen and so I can see the game and the script kind of at the same time. And I kind of want to play around with this idea, this counter control idea. And of course, originally we'd do something like this. I mean, you could put something in like this. You could do that, but you don't have to because Shadow can counter, that's going to go into end combo. And end combo is a script that we spent a lot of time perfecting. Not building, but perfecting. And it's because, well, like I said in last week's series, transitioning is the most important part of fighting. And so is hydration. But apparently, oh, there we go. Found it. Sort of the most important part of fighting. And once you get here, depending on your transition type, Shadow's going to take over control of deciding what he wants to do. And it's going to be based on his transition type. And I could kind of see why I would want just stay in on this. This actually makes sense. And the reason is because if you are in defense and your opponent is close, let's see here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So you already know your opponent's close because you're in this block here. And you already know you got plenty of energy. So you're in this block here. And so you have an opportunity. And this is a cool thing about fighting, is that even when you're on defense, you're sort of still on offense. And the reason is because the opponent's already spent the energy to close the distance, right? So, just making a quick note. And so you have the chance to take advantage of that by using counters. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to waste that. You know, they're close to you. Great. Yeah, maybe you got hit, or maybe you blocked something. Well, actually, in this case, you would have gotten hit. So you took a shot, but they've closed the distance, which means they're in reach. You see, they're in reach with you. And you don't want to lose that opportunity to, number one, turn the tides, and number two, strike, because you can touch them. And so that is really why this is programmed the way it is, and that is really why choose offense and defense really need to be separate. If someday we find that we need to take into account the corner, which is what this code does here in choose offense, in defense, we could still use this if statement here. We can just port it over, but we can use it in the proper situation. This is fantastic. I'm gonna update some notes in the next video so we get this more detailed and solidified. So if you want to see that and you like that, first go to docrockgames.com and check out the full alpha version of the game. You can see the current features. You can see the current motion captured characters, those features, characters, and moves, motion captured moves in action. And you can put your email address in, and I'll let you know when the game comes out. Then go to YouTube here and subscribe and like the videos. It really helps the channel out, and plus you can get notified when these videos are posted, and you can watch them right away. So really appreciate you guys watching. Come back here. We're gonna finish with videos probably 6 and 7 today. Probably do a 7 video series today. So come back to YouTube and we're gonna make more AI. I'll see you there.